You are now about to witness
Knicks real talk, just enter the chat. We ain't Google apps like Google Maps. We don't use our YouTube frugal with stats as usual fact. It's your man, the Mr. Brand, his hands on, going hard like calluses. Who style this? Aiming at your mental with the game analysis. On a pregame show, read the script, you know we get it like crypto. In the rip though, I side really cryptic, we locked them from the get-go. On this Knicks show, it's the co-pilots in the cloud like Microsoft. We hot like salt, the KRT drip club leading up to tip off. We flew by confident, put your Nick content in beast mode like my charm. We a cheat code, we rolled the ball too far for you to reach on. We get our teach on the show that's fire. Prior to Knicks going to the wire, hit the entire game, somewhere in front of me, the numbers be. They don't lie, so we popped up from the third eye, you heard why. It's the #1 pregame show that's hitting like Soto. But picture the photo of your bros and link that motto. It's the OGs, we outside riding in the orange blue sky. And Metropolitan, we connect in the vets go wallowing. And the matters with the massive without shaking asses. The team streaming on major platforms and fashion fans asking who the creed that's in the building killing this Nick kid assassin.
You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
Hey! You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
Hey! You are now about to witness
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
Hey!
He's on fire!
Hey!
He's on fire!
Hey!
Yo, salute everybody. What's good? What's good? What's good? We are in the building, man. Knicks Real Talk, the pregame show. Divine, Shaw Powers, Knicks, Utah, Salt Lake City. About to go out there and get it popping. I hope all the Knicks fans ain't jump off the wagon yet, man. I know it's been tough the last couple of games. We just 2 in a row. We lost Shaw Powers, so we got to get it back. But first and foremost, salute to everybody in the chat. Thank y'all for coming in. Shaw Powers, my partner in crime. What's good, my man? What's going on? What's popping?
Salute to you, Divine, as always. Salute to the family in the chat. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, what is popping? What's good to the chat? Salute to everybody in the building. We in here, man. Let me shout out to my people in the building. What is good, everybody, man? Salute to Crim's dad. I see you, my man. I see you in a minute, but salute to Crim's dad. Glad to see you, my brother Dougie Fresh. Raphael Knicks podcast. What's good, Raphael? Good to see you as well. Dougie Fresh, Brian Acosta, always, man. Thank you for supporting the show, man. We in that sincerely from the bottom of our heart. You're always representing for us, man. Helping to keep the lights on, Brian. Thank you so much, man. So with super chat. Size 9, what's good? Jermaine, my brother, what's popping? What's good? What's good, everybody? Johnny Davis, what's good? Right now, ladies and gentlemen, our boys have lost 2 games in a row. Look like the London Bridge is falling down, whatever analogy you want to use. But right now, 2 back-to-back losses, man, coming off a tough game against the Clippers and the LA Lakers. Just one of them 2 games that we wish we could have back, man. So we got to find a way to beat this decimated team that we got out here in Utah today. I mean, they are literally decimated. They whole star lineup other than Keon Jordan probably won't play tonight. Jared Jackson, everybody's out on that team, man. You name it, they out of there. So, but just to piggyback off the other game, the other Knicks 126 to 118, ladies and gentlemen. 19 turnovers, 24 points off of turnovers. Just messed up a big cat dominant performance, 35, 12 and 7 assists. But just overall, yeah, they was getting it, man. But they couldn't really do nothing with them turnovers, ladies and gentlemen. And point guard is in a rough spot right now. Jalen Brunson, 28 points, 8 assists still. But they just didn't have nothing off that bench going wild. They scored well, but they gave up 24 points off a turnover, Shaw Powers. And we averaged 13 a game, 13 a season. They had 19. But the whole thing is 24 points over turnover. That's where you get the 120, 26 points at. You take at least 6 of them turnovers away. It could be a different story, Shaw Powers. But I think we talked about it in the pregame show. Chris Dunn, Derrick Jones, them guys, and obviously Kawhi Leonard, and them guys got some good defense hands down there, man. They play defense, and they forced a 2019 turnover. So there you go. Coming off the back-to-back into the Lakers, Knicks didn't play well. They got their butts whipped, lost by 8, excuse me. But that's a lot of points to give up 126, but definitely had something to do with the turnovers for sure.
Yeah, Knicks had a high turnover game, you know what I mean? And that's what happens, you know what I mean? So we just sorry, Divine.
Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
I talk too much, yeah. So that's a high turnover game, and we was a little like a day school. So it happens, you know what I mean? It's part of the season. You know what I mean? And what we got to do is get back up for Utah tonight. I mean, it was a later game. I watched majority of the game, and I seen the rest of the game and highlights and stuff like that. But yeah, I was a little upset as I was, nodding into sleep and stuff like that for work. That the Knicks was, it was a hard pressed game. You know what I mean? Which it shouldn't have been. But like you said, and we talked about their defense. Their defense came out to play, and they really executed against us and got these turnovers that evidently won them the game.
Yeah, it's interesting to me. And it wasn't really, to me, shot power, to be honest with you, it wasn't even so much a clip of defense because the Knicks scored 118 points. You know what I mean? It just that the amount of turnovers they had caused. You know what I mean? The sloppiness with the basketball. I mean, they scored 21 in the first quarter, 31 in the second quarter, 37 in the fourth quarter. It's our defense, because of them turnovers, our defense gave a 28, 36, 24, and 38. You know what I mean? And like I said, if you look up and down the score sheet, Josh Hart 12 points, Anunoby 22 points, Carl Town 35 points, Jalen Brunson 28 points, Mikal Bridges 7 points, and DeWara 5 points. Then when your only bucket getters in that game, you know what I mean? But the starter 5, they scored. You know what I mean? It's just that the turnovers was crazy. And even though Carl Towns had 35-13, but he was a minus 12, because that means Brook Lopez must have been doing something. Jalen Brunson was a +1. He had 28 and 12. And 28 and 8. You can't add that. That's above the season average and assists and scoring. But in the process of the game, I think the turnovers kind of hurt us a little bit. Like I said, Mikal still not really out of his shooting slump. He was a -17. Josh Hart was a -13. So these guys, Alvarado was a -8. Everybody else was there, and was on the plus side of everything. But one of them things with them turnovers causing you to get them fast break point for the Clippers. Like I said, they didn't stop the Knicks. They said Knicks scored 37 on them in one quarter and 31 in another quarter, 26 and 24. On the other side of the ball, we didn't stop them because of the turnover, 28, 36, 24, and 38. And and after coming off of a stellar performance for the last 20 games with your defense, holding team to a certain amount of points, because of them, for them 19 turnovers and them 24 points, gave you 126 on the opposing team on your side of the ball. So, hey, you live to fight another day. Disappointing loss because Boston lost that night and things like that. So that's what really got me a little disappointed. Not because they losing the game. They just got they blowing opportunities to get closer to Boston and separate themselves from Cleveland. But we got to hope that we be better tonight against the team who we should beat, and I think we will. Salute to the chat, man. Deval, what's good, Deval? What's good, my Rodriguez? What's poppin', my man? Walter White, Walter, what's good? Radu, my man, good to see you. Real talk, what's good, Radu? Darren, what's good, my man? So everybody in the building. But yeah, man, the turnover was brutal, man. So we just gotta live to fight another day. We just gotta get back at it. Season's starting to wind down. So probably like 16 games left. You know what I mean? So we gotta get off this road trip and try to get a little bit of home cooking and everything like that. 3 games in 4 nights, no excuses though. 3 games in 4 nights. Denver. Travel from Denver to go to LA twice back to back. So, even though they played 3 games in 4 nights, they still battled. They fought well, but they just couldn't win these games. So hopefully we can get this thing popping and get it turned around and win some games. What's good, my man? Cam for the kickback. Good to see you, my man. What's good? Good to see you, my brother, for real. Jay Children, what's good? Shout out to man. Give me some thoughts on that game the other night, man. We move on to the up and coming one right now. Microphone, Brody.
Basically, just get back out there and play some basketball. You know what I mean? Get back to the fundamentals. I don't even say fundamentals because it's not that. I don't know what it was these last couple of games. Maybe it was just LA. Maybe like we talked in the background. Maybe it was the big win in Mile High that took all that, sucked all your energy out and made these other 2 games, whatever. I don't know, whatever you want to say, but just get back and play some good basketball tonight. It's not about falling back, can't sleep on this team. It's like the like 9 players out on this team. Can't sleep on them though, because this is a trap game. This team right now is like a G League team, and it's the New York Knicks, and you know they're gonna want to play real good. So we got to pay attention to that. Get back to pass the ball, and I want to know who's gonna be the starter who's going to be in the starting lineup if Josh Hart is out.
Yeah, he's definitely out. So I'm hoping they go with DeWarrick tonight, Chappelle, because I do think that let Shaman stay in that second unit. Because reason why I would like to keep Shaman in the second unit, because we need his scoring in that second unit right now. Because other than him, we not getting, and DeWarrick the only one giving a little bit of production. We not getting no production out of that second unit scoring wise. I mean, like, because I said, other than Shaman, we right now the Warriors in a little mini slump shooting. Shaman was giving us points. Who else in there? The Warriors can give it to us when he can give it to us. And then other than that, Mitch is not a scorer, so there's not a lot of scores in that second unit. So I'm hoping that they put the Warrior in there in Josh Hart's spot tonight, and let Shaman stay in that backcourt with Alvarado or Kolick, whoever they, because they noticed, like we were talking about in the show earlier. And I think he'll come out of it, because everybody go through slumps. I think that, like I said in the pregame the other day, Alvarado's in a little slump, and you know what happened in that game. Mike Brown benched him and put in Kolick. You know what I mean? Because he didn't have it, and he'd get it back. All players get it. Even McKelly get it back eventually. You know what I mean? But right now they don't have it. You know what I mean? So what do you do when another person don't have it? You go to the next man up. It shouldn't be next man up only because when a person's hurt. If a man is not playing good, sit him down, next man up. You know what I mean? And that's the way it should always be. Because if you're not affecting winning, then it's no reason for you to be out there. You know what I mean? At that particular time of that game, not necessarily the whole season. But I think they'll bounce back real well. I'm not too concerned about the Knicks. This team tonight, they are super decimated. You know what I mean? There's no reason for and I love this Utah team, but they are decimated, ladies and gentlemen. When I go over the injury report in a few minutes, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. They starters is out. One starter is starting that thing tonight. And I think it might be 2 Ace Belly, but I love my man Ace Belly and Keon George. Other than that, they decimated. So I'm not expecting the Knicks to go out there and lose to these guys in no form or fashion, because they just, none of their top players is there. So we'll see how it goes tonight, man. But hopefully with a day's rest, they get out there and beat these guys, and then get over here to Indiana on Friday. Try to get that win and get on back over to the East Coast. But they can establish these. I know these are under 500 teams. You play who in front of you, but they coming off a great win against Denver. You lost to the 2 LA teams, but hey, if you could beat this team that decimated they are, and hopefully the Clippers go into in Indiana, which is going to be a tough game. Despite Indiana's record, they're still a tough team. If you could get them 2 wins
against us,
yeah, right. If you can get them 2 wins and get us back to 3-2 on the road trip, then you breathe a little bit easier. But until then, man, we got to get it popping though for sure.
Yeah, it's no question, man. It's a nice little, I don't want to say giveaway games, but we got a couple of games that's always going to be hard because we're the New York Knicks. But a couple of games that we can, kind of put a little distance behind us if we can. People behind us is nipping at our ankles, and the ones in front of us are starting to, getting out of they right here, and you grabbing at them like this, you gravity ain't right there yet, so we got to do something about that. And tonight's the night to start a nice little winning streak. We got 5 to 7, 6 games that are not easy, but some teams are under 500 that we need to take advantage of, like this team tonight. This help us stay where we are and hope that other teams make a mistake or fall back. And this is the time we need a nice little streak right now. What is like 11, 16, 15, 14 games? What's a lot?
16 left.
16 left. So yeah, we need, out of these 16 games, we need 16. Let's get it.
Yeah. We got probably the 4th easiest schedule left in the NBA right now, going into the last 16 games of the season. We got a really favorable schedule. Other than we got to go back out to the Midwest, Houston Rockets and Thunder, and then other than that, that's the 2 dominant teams that we got to face down the line. But other than that, I think, like I said, if you look at the way we lost the last 2 games, one game we shot 8 for 34 from downtown against the Lakers, and then in this game we had 19 turnovers. You know what I mean? We gave a lot of, and we still scored 118. We scored our season average 19 turnovers. So that's what makes me makes me say, okay, you have a bad game, but to score 118 points and give up and have 19 turnovers and give up 24 points off of turnovers, you take it for what it is. You know what I mean? Okay, you know what? Yeah, shit, they did that, but they did this. But I think that's the reason why I think they scored a lot of points, like I said earlier, because them turnovers created a lot of fast break points. That's a lot of fast break. And you don't want a team like the Clippers running up and down the court after you just played the Lakers the other day, the day before that, in a tough battle over there. Then you come there and you commit all on turnovers and you run up and down the floor, wasting all your energy. So it's like they just got to be better with the ball, protect the ball this game, and be better at it. And other than that, it's no big deal. You know what I mean? But it's definitely not fun losing when you had a chance to gain a lot of ground on a couple of teams. You know what I mean? That's the most disappointing thing about the loss is not that we lost, and it's that we lost and we had a chance to separate ourselves, to get close to somebody or separate ourselves from another team. That's the disappointing thing about it. And listen, when you're on the road, when you go on the road, you're gonna, that's why your home record is our road record is not like our home record. You know what I mean? Let's keep it a buck. We better at home than we are on the road by a long shot. So, and then you went and played two talented teams, and 3 talented teams. You beat one of them by 39, but you lost to the other 2. So, it is what it is. But we want to be better tonight in all phases, man. Protect that basketball tonight for sure, man. You can't allow nobody to get that many turnovers on you. That's crazy. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Let me shout out Travel by Travel. What's good, my man? Queen Darlene, what's good? Innovation by Jasmine, what's good? Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. Real talk. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Thank y'all for hanging out with us on this pregame show. And everybody, Nostalgic, my brother, what's poppin', my man? Good to see you, Nostalgic. What's good, dude? Rasul in the building, everybody, man. Salute to the chat. But yeah, shout power tonight. This one on game where you hope the Knicks just get these cats a bit because they so depleted. You just want to beat them and get your guys out of there to sustain some energy and injury and let the young guys get in there and get a pop. Because like I said, if this team was fully loaded, the Utah Jazz would be a problem for a lot of teams. They got a good team down there, even with the trade they made, but they just don't got none of them guys playing tonight. So I think it is one of the games where you got your G leaguers and your second stringers and all them playing tonight. Other than like I said, Ace Bailey and Keon George, they don't have no starters out there, man. So but they got some guys out there who can play basketball. That's why they're in the NBA, but they don't have too much going for tonight. So let's hopefully we can get out there and let our guys pound on them a little bit. Then maybe rest them in the course of the game and let them other guys let Alvarado find a way to get his rhythm back. That's why I would love to get a blowout tonight so Alvarado can get a rhythm back. DeWar can keep building his confidence and get some buckets against a team like this. A team like tonight, I would love to see DeWar go for 20 because Josh Hart not playing, so he should get more minutes. That way, every game he play, he just fine-tuning his game, getting better before the playoffs get here. So this is a game tonight. I'm hoping that we establish ourselves against a team who we're supposed to beat handily tonight. I wouldn't say that if they were fully loaded, but they're not fully loaded. So this is a team that we should wax them tonight, man. And no disrespect to them, they are NBA players, but I don't see nothing else other than that. So let's see if we can go ahead and cross T's and dot I's tonight, shall probably get it done.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. No team you can take lightly once again, and that they're playing the Knicks, so they want to get up and play the best all-star, all NBA, all defensive 1, 2, and 3 team, all offensive 1, 2, and 3. They want to be the best at everything they do. You know what I mean? So we just got to get out there and be prepared. I would like, I love the minutes for DeWar tonight. My personal thing, I want to see some minutes for Shohan. This is a perfect game for Shohan to get some minutes. But Mitch playing tonight though, right? So Shohan ain't getting no minutes.
He gets some. I think so. The reason why I think Shohan to get some minutes tonight because the position that he's playing is the one that's out tonight. Like Mitch will respect Shohan minutes because
right. You're right. It's Josh Hart. Right.
Yeah. So I think he gets. I think it's going to be DeWara and Shohan
and Josh and all right. All right. Let's see that. I hope that happens then because I really want to see this. Tonight is the night for, like you said, for Alvarado to get quote unquote his groove back or try to get it back a little bit. And I would like to see, in my opinion, Shohan to get some substantial amount of minutes. I mean, 14, 18 minutes, 20 minutes or something like that. Somewhere where you can see that he's on the court and how good is he and what is he giving us and what is he not giving or whatever the case may be, whatever in my mind I'm trying to think about. But I want to see him out there on the court tonight. And this is a perfect opportunity for those things to happen, to see Shohan out there, and hopefully to get Alvarado a couple of minutes, because if you haven't paid attention, Alvarado ain't been there a little bit. We've been sending a little bit of Clarkson, and now with Tyler Kolek. Now Tyler Kolek coming back, what we going to do now? Anyway, too much to think about,
Yeah. Hey, Rodriguez, that's a good question. With the pick and roll thing, they are doing a too much 5 out and 3 ball. But that's what's crazy about it, Rodriguez, that seems like the way they've been playing all year. You know what I mean? But sometimes you get lax. I think they just got lackadaisical, Rodriguez with the pick and roll and everything like that. And it happens. Like I said, it's a long season, and sometimes you get out of focus. You know what I mean? Then you got to try to refocus yourself back into what you've been doing that got you there. And that Jalen Brunson and Cat pick and roll been working heavy. I just think that these 2 games that we lost, it seemed like it ain't there, because in Denver we was killing it. You know what I mean? But you go into LA and them cats just couldn't hit the bottom of the ocean from 3 ball, Rodriguez. And I think you dead on. That's why I think that 3 ball killed us in that game. But they got to learn. They also could let Mike Brown got to make sure in the course of the game, he's like, okay, guys, make sure y'all doing the other things. So you dead on with that on 5 out and 3 ball. So I think they'd be better at it, man. It's one of them things that happens, man. I can't really say that they out of sync. They just lost 2 tough games, Sean Powell. They shot 5. Like I said, I can't say it enough. This is miss and make league, ladies and gentlemen. You make them, you win. You miss them, you lose. In LA, we missed them 3-point shots. We lost. The other night, 19 turnovers. We lost. You got to protect the basketball and you got to score buckets. And I think that's where we at with these 2 games. So I would love to have one of them games, because that would get some stellar competition on all that. But then we get the narrative that the Knicks can't beat the stellar competition. But I disagree with that totally, because we just beat the Denver Nuggets the night before that by 39, whatever. So it is what it is, man. We just got to keep balling, keep fighting, keep scrapping, try to win these games, man. You ain't gonna win them all. Like I said, nobody going undefeated. But we had high expectation for this team. We all wanted 60 wins. Obviously, we're not gonna reach that area before a lot of reasons, not because they're not a bad team. A lot of things happen in the course of the season where they're not gonna get that. But when you see the 2 losses that we had the other night, you just don't want to see that. But it happens, though. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Like I said, that same night, other teams lost. Cleveland lost somebody that same night we lost, but we ain't Cleveland fans. We Knicks fans. So we don't give a shit what Cleveland do. We upset that our boys lost, and we just got to be better at it. And I think they will tonight. This is the game you should win. There's no reason why you shouldn't win it. If the Knicks lose this game tonight with all them players they got out, I am going to be very disappointed.
I ain't even putting that out there. And this year the Knicks have been one of the best shooting 3-point teams from the New York Knicks I've seen in years. I think we're shooting about 38%, pretty high this year, and that's why we play this style of basketball, because we have guys that shoot a lot of shots. Under Tom Thibodeau, he kind of, I don't want to say forced, but he made sure that he fed the paint, but he also let these guys shoot the basketball. And for that, that is a style of basketball. We're the best shooting 3-point team or something in the corner 3-point team in the league or something like that. So, in the corner. So, that's some parts of it. And when we off, man, boy, we really off. When we off, we is off. So, some games we're in the middle. That's just as much as some games were under 27 assists. Some games were a little bit over 27, but not close to 30. And the majority of the games that we're 30 and over, we're really dominant. So it's all in how the basketball plays for the night. And I've learned from watching the Knicks all these many years that I watched, especially with this team right here, is not so much season. Yeah, the games that we lose as a fan, like these 2 games as a fan, they hurt as a fan. But these are regular season games. What we really have to wait for is to get set up so we know who we're going into battle with in the playoffs right now. Because this is a battle-tested team right here. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if we just lost these 2 games against LA because of whatever it is or whatever the case may be. When we here and we facing Philadelphia, or we're facing Orlando or Boston or Detroit, I'm not going to be worried about that then. Because I know they're going to be more focused. It's not going to be back to back. It's not going to be 3 games in 4 nights. It ain't going to be all of that. It's going to be 1 game, a day to rest, a day to get yourself together, and then you play the next game. So this way we can work out our differences and all that stuff. So I'm ready for the main focus about the season is where we get the win so we can have placement. I do not want to be 4th or 5th or 6th in the placement. I want to be second. You know what I mean? I would love to have been first, but Detroit right now is killing it. So I would like us to try to get to second, but even if not, if we stay at third, we could solidify at third. I'm happy with that as well. I really want second because we were second last, right? We were second last year in the year, right? Yeah, so I really want to get back at least to where we were last year, but I can understand if we fall short because of Detroit. No one thought Detroit was going to be, but they almost, no one thought Detroit was going to be where they at right now. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, and they even 5 and 5 in the last 10 games. You know what I mean? So it happens. Like I said, that's what's so crazy about the NBA to me. The season's so long. When you get down to this part of the season, all 30 teams gonna go through them. Oh man, like you know what? The legs start catching up to you. Not only the Knicks, all of them, all the teams. It's a marathon, bro. You know, it ain't the 100-yard dash. It's a marathon, and when you in a marathon, the longer you run, the tired you get. You know what I mean, muscle wise. So it happens. This is the part of the season in the NBA, or just like football. When you get down to them last so many games, them bodies start all that moving and shaking and all the stuff that goes with the physicality, the mentality. It start catch up to you every now and then. But that don't mean you're going to lose everything. But right now, I don't think it's a team that I know other than the Miami Heat that's hot right now. They 8-2. And the Hawks playing good guard with Jonathan Kuminga going in that trade. They are balling. They playing pretty good. But other than that, everybody goes through it. I don't think other than the Spurs and the Thunder, they only lost one game in the last 10 games. Everybody else in the West is 6-4, 7-3. Even the Nuggets 4-6, but they missing a bunch of players. And so what happens, man? You know, we not the only ones losing, but like I said earlier, we concerned about our team. You know what I mean? And that's what we really worry about. We not thinking about everybody else, but we just want our team to be better. And I think they will. I think they'll snap out of it tonight, one way or the other, and get it going tonight, man. We really need them cats to get it going tonight because we don't like the losses piling up. But shout out real quick. Let's look at these stats. I didn't put mine out there because it was just too much to be involved with tonight. 41-25. They 20-45, opposite direction, as far as numbers wise. They third, we 14th. I mean, we third, they're 14th in the standards. We was up 3 games on a roll, but now we lost 2 in a row, so it put us back to 1 game over 500. They are under 9 games under 500 at home, 12-21. We still scoring the ball well, 20-21 for them. But look we was at 6 a couple of days ago, but now we back at 8th. So you look at the net rating overall, we should beat these cats handily tonight. It shouldn't be no issue if you go according to the numbers. With them being decimated, you see what I'm talking about real quick. But let me show you what I am talking about real quick, ladies and gentlemen. 2 out of the last 5. 2 losses to the LA team. Then obviously we lost to OKC. So with no big deal for them. Them guys, they 2-3 as well. But they, like I said, they decimated as well, man. So, you can't really expect too much from them guys. But here was interesting to me tonight. Our projector started. They're gonna put Landry Shamet in there, which I still wish they would put. I can see why they're doing it with a ball, but against this team, I can see why you want to put Shamet in for another ball handler. But I think I would love to see the Warrior in that spot tonight. But it is what it is. So the Warrior might move down to the 3 tonight and let Shohan play 4 tonight. Them guys, like I said, they are decimated, ladies and gentlemen. They got Keon George as a starter. He's that dude. He is him, no doubt about it. Bryce Sendenbach is good. Cody Williams. Ace Belly, that's my man. I love Ace Belly out of Rutgers, man. I think he's going to be a nice young man in the next couple of years. And Kyle Fliplinski, he can shoot the 3 ball pretty well. But ladies and gentlemen, look at the injury lineup for them. Josh, look at the injury line. This is why the Knicks better beat these guys tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Keon George still might not play tonight. Jaren Jackson Jr. out for the season. Walker Kessler out for the season. John Kuchner out with a calf. Laurie Markin is out with a hip. And Yusuf Nurkic is out. If the New York Knicks centers don't score 40 points apiece tonight, if they don't score 40 points apiece tonight, something is wrong.
They don't have a triple-double tonight.
Right. There is something wrong. So that's how decimated they are, man. So I like to say, like, them cats is decimated down here, man. So we got to hopefully we go out there tonight and just get a good performance on and let our guys come in here and our second stringers and all that and close out the rest of the game. And then we should be okay, man. So I'm looking forward to these cats just bouncing back after that ugly loss. The ugly loss because of the turnover. So we hope we can get it popping tonight, man, for sure.
Yeah, I'm I'm optimistic again. Once again, this is the New York Knicks, and this team is pretty much decimated. You know what I mean? And we just got to get out there and run our rotations, move the ball, move the pace. You know what I mean? Against a team like this, I hate to say it like that because I don't want them to think it is, but you have to run it like it's a scrimmage. You know what I mean? Run it just like a scrimmage, like you running, just running plays, and execute and bring it down the line. You know what I mean? And the one thing that a lot of fans talk about a lot, at least what I see, is about how the Knicks shoot a lot of three-pointer shots this year, and they don't drive the basket so much to the hole, which they do. Jalen Brunson is pretty much in the hole a lot, and Towns has been getting there, just like OG Anunoby as well. And Mikal, if you don't know it, is if you're not shooting a three-point shot, he's shooting the short jump shot around the foul line and the baseline and stuff like that. So with that being said, but I do wish that we can get some more drives going to the hole. And I'm saying that real sporadically because Josh Hart drives, so everybody goes to the hole. You know what I mean? But I'm not saying that the three-point shot is what we've been shooting very well, and we shoot a lot of volume with it. You know what I mean? Some games we need to maybe clamp it down a little bit. But then you can't do that because the shooter's going to shoot. So I'm just shooting myself in the foot by saying
Yeah, real talk. Yeah, listen. I think, and the reason why I brought up, the game like tonight. If this was any other game, I would definitely say, the reason why I wanted the Warrior in the starting lineup, like I said, because our bench don't have no scoring on here. I mean, they just say, with Deuce and Bride not being here, and Deuce and Bride and Shaman your main gunners in that second unit. Now, without Deuce and Bride, Alvarado not having a little bit of a slump right now, who's your main go-to guys on the bench? Who can on the bench and knock down some shots? And that's the only reason I prefer the Warrior tonight, because we got enough offense in the first unit to cover for the Warrior. You know what I mean? It's more about him just getting the minutes and the shine. But if we do start Sherman tonight, which is another ball handler, but now you depended on the Warrior. Only the Warrior coming off that bench, ladies and gentlemen, that can get points other than Jordan Clarkson if you play him, especially with the way Alvarado's playing right now. And so unless you throw Tyler Colton in there, that's the only reason I would love to put the Warrior in the wide shot power, because that only the pressure off him. He could really freelance tonight. You know what I mean? Because you got Big Cat there, Jalen Brunson there, Anunoby there. I would love to see that lineup, bro, just for the hell of it. You know what I mean? Just that's a lengthy lineup with with Brunson, and not his length, but Mikal Bridges, the Warrior, Anunoby, and Big Cat. That is a nice size lineup. And the only reason I wanted the Warrior tonight, because the team we play don't even have no players that, it's not like this is a game that it don't really matter who starts. Now you could put Shohan in there, like you said, for all I care. Because
that's what I thought. I don't
matter, you know what I mean?
And the only reason why I'm banging Shohan so much tonight is because we haven't seen him in with quality minutes. You know what I mean? We haven't seen him in the game with quality minutes, and tonight would be a perfect time to and to your point, Divine. One of the reasons why I talked about Shohan starting, because so you can have the Warrior and Shaman in the second unit. You know what I mean? So that's I thought about that today. I said, man, tonight would be a nice night to see. And if Shohan doesn't show with you, because he's going to be coming right off the bench to be a starter, and if he doesn't show anything, so be it. Yeah, what's up, fellas?
That's good, fellas. Yeah, I see.
Brothers.
What's good, Nick Nation? Jay Chosen, what's popping, fellas?
Shit, I'm good. Y'all good?
Oh, yeah, we good.
That's what's up, brother.
Jay Frozen Chosen. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. All right.
Good. Can you?
See.
I'm good.
You play too much.
Yeah, I play a lot. I like to play. Gotta stay young.
I gotta stay young.
Yeah, man. It's cool. Actually, I might even switch.
Don't get dusty and salty like me.
Yeah, you dusty and salty as hell. I don't want to get there. That's crazy.
Hey, leave us dust baggers alone, my brother. Don't be messing with us dust baggers now. You ain't far away.
No doubt. Listen,
I
I'm
try
gonna
to
get
hide
one
mine
day.
a little bit.
Yeah,
Right.
yo, yeah, I ain't far
It down a
away.
little bit.
I'll get.
Did he freeze?
That's what
Yeah,
he did.
that's a real one right there.
One good, Nick Nation.
Yeah.
That's what he
That's a
did.
real one right there.
What's the deal, bro?
Listen,
That's what you get. That's what you get freezing up for playing.
Yeah, he froze. Yeah, you just like click.
I deserve that. I'm gonna come on a different way. I broke my computer, man. That's the truth. I don't know what to do about this wire.
Ooh.
It is what it is. All right. I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna get back.
Hey, Nick Nation, man. I'm glad you came on. Boys been getting their stuff beat up the last couple of games, boy. I tell you, but
Yeah, man, it's been tough. It's been tough.
It's been tough, man. It really has, man. What's going on? How you doing, my man? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm good, man. You know, sometimes you gotta mellow down, take it easy. Can't have, you know what I mean? Gotta keep the pressure right, you know what I mean? Handle some things, handle business at home, things like that. But all is good. You know what I mean? It's 2 games. Let's, you know what I mean? Let's hopefully we can shake it off. You know, there's some glaring things I think we saw. Hopefully we can, you know, scheme, manage it, you know, push past it. But, you know, it's tough. It's tough watching it, you know, when you're actually seeing it. So, you know, we're all Monday morning quarterbacks. So, you know, I got my Monday side, but it's, you know, we're at a stage of reality. So, and the reality is saying is, hey, we got to play better. We got to come with more energy. You know, hopefully they take this in. This is a lesson. You know, you can't underestimate anybody. You got to be on point every game. You know, they came in, they thought they knew what their Lakers were about. The mission changed, and they couldn't handle it. Hopefully, you know, the next time they'll be better.
That's Jay.
Yeah.
Yo, yeah. You hear me good?
Yeah, but you gotta turn the noise up in the background though.
Yeah, your background.
Yeah, no, my daughter's watching TV. I was over there seeing if she was good. All right, now I want to go in the dark. All right, no doubt. Yeah, look. I think we're emotional creatures, right? And that a lot of people are just, you know, we're Knicks fans, man. We can win 8 in a row and lose 2 in a row, and all of a sudden we have the worst team in the world. We don't know what's going on. We don't have the right lineups. You know, look, I think that we came into this season with obvious high hopes. I still have those same high hopes. Nothing has changed with my hopes, period. Right? To me, it is championship or bust. It is, to me, if we don't do that, we didn't achieve what we should have achieved because we were climbing the ladder. And once you get to the top of the ladder, Divine, you know this through the business in that type of world. I did construction for many years. There's nowhere to go besides that, right? You go to the top of the ladder. It's the top. So, you know, we unfortunately have not won in a long time, and we see our team climbing each year. So this year we didn't see Detroit being a team that we needed that was going to be there. Last year was Cleveland. You know, we could keep going on and on, but the fact of the matter is that we made a trade a couple of years back. We're still this team is still working out kinks, but they're adding new players to the team. They're adding new coach to the team. That means new schemes to the team. That means new plays to the team. And you know what? I don't know. You know, I never played for the Knicks before, right? But only once. But the truth is that we don't know what it's like for them, for a man to come in. Let's say Sohan, let's say Alvarado, let's say Cat, to come into a thing where he has been playing one way for 10 years, and then he comes into this place and he has to figure out how to play. Now I'm no longer the first guy. Now I'm no longer that. Now it's basketball, man. Everybody. Look, Ace Bailey's a good player, man. There's a lot of different variables in each thing, in each game that you play. I think that we took the Lakers for granted, and I'm not quite sure why we own the Denver Nuggets, because I believe Denver is a better team than the last two teams we lost to.
Both the teams, I believe.
Yep, last two teams we lost to. So, you know, who knows? Who knows? We'll never know. No one's ever going to know why this stuff happens. But I want to see a definite change in tonight. And if we go in there with a lackluster attitude, then we'll know. Then we'll know something. We'll know that the players are having a little lackluster attitude about it, and that has to be corrected. Who's that got to be corrected by? Mike Brown, you know, coaching staff, et cetera, et cetera. And I always say this, man, you could have your favorite player, you could have your starters, you could have whatever, but they are replaceable, because if they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, there are hungry, thirsty, good playing people on the second unit who would, in a minute, are dying to start. So, you know, we need to get our mind on our money and the money on our mind. That's it, period. And get busy, you know, and get busy.
Yep. I think we will. Like I said, you know, I try to critique game by game. Like I said, you beat the Nuggets by 39. What happened in the Lakers game? Here's what happened in the Lakers game. You went 8 for 35 from downtown. But I don't really know what else I can tell you. You know what I mean? Tell the Knicks fans. We against the Lakers, New York Knicks shot 35 downtown 3-point shots and only made 8 of them. That's what. And then in the Clipper game, 19 turnovers turned into 24 points. You take away half of them turnovers back. You take 6 or 7 of them back. Knicks win the basketball game. So it's that if you're not playing, if you're not bringing your A game that day, like me and Shaw Powell was in the chat, so if you don't bring your A game in the NBA, somebody will bust you know what that night. And that Laker game, like we talked about, other than I felt like our guy was, you know, he wanted to go a mano with Luka Doncic. That's fine, you know. It's Lakers. It's you know, the nostalgia, everything in the building that day. That's his boy. He knocked down a bucket. I want to knock down the bucket. So did Jalen Brunson get a little out of character? He probably did, but he wasn't the reason why we lost the game. The reason why we lost the game was 8 for 35. And we shoot 37% all year long, and we shot 23% that game. That's why Knicks lost to the Lakers. Besides my man Austin Reeves acting like he put on the Superman costume and just went bananas on us. But you know,
word.
Yeah, and then the next game, like rebounds. I said, rebound.
We got hurt on both games in rebounds. Both games.
Yeah, exactly. And Cat had a dominant game the other night. I mean, Cat was like, man, the 35, 12. Jalen Brunson 28 and 8, but them damn turnovers though, Shot Powers, and I think that's what happens, man. Sometimes, you know, and you got to give kudos to the Clippers, because not only they catch the Knicks off a back-to-back, they got some defenders on that team, like Chris Dunn and Derrick Jones Jr. and Paul, obviously Brook Lopez is a good defender, like we talked about earlier in the show that day. You know, they came to play, and they caught us on a night where we know our energy wasn't where it needed to be. We still took it down to 126 to 118. So that really tells me, Shaw Powers, like our defense has been trending right now, number 1 in the league for the last 20 games. But that particular game is a Clippers with the 24 turnovers that turned into fast break points. You give up 126, and that's not who you are, because you didn't do that for the last 20-something games. So you could tell it was an anomaly just at that present time. They just got caught out there, and their defense didn't come to play because of them turnovers. And I think once they started forcing turnovers, that means the other guy was running up and down the court. And you just played the Lakers the other day. Now you commit 19 turnovers and they fast break points up and down the court. You can't keep up with these motherfuckers. You just played last night. So they got to be better. They just got to be better no matter who they play. They can't do that. You know, them games you lost, you can't do the things you did. You can't turn the ball over, and you damn sure can't shoot 8 for 35 from downtown. I don't know. You know what I mean? So it's tough, man. But they still got the ass with it. That's all I can say. To be honest with you.
Yeah, the inconsistency in our wings is what really hurts us. When these guys just don't come to show up and don't play, that part really wasn't, because I say when those guys are on, it just changes everything. And those guys have been too inconsistent, which this is, to me, all year has made us truly look like a roller coaster. Because when you have guys like, let's just take, has 7 points in 2 games, not me, you know what I mean? Not many rebounds, not 2 points of assists, you know what I mean? Things like that, those things hurt. Where Josh is being all of a sudden, most of these defensive schemes are baited around allowing Hart to shoot, So, and that point of a distance. These things hurt. These things hurt when we have Alvarado in the same what's names. People are slacking off and allow and sit wide, and they'll say, hey, can these guys beat us? If they can't, those inconsistencies are the points which make us look this way. We got to figure these things out and, somehow get better. And I think some of it too is more than anything is that some of these guys is maybe 3-point ain't they what's name. Just tell them to, attack the basket. At least
that's my big issue.
Hunt for a foul or something, but what you're doing out here and sitting there, and some of these 3-point shots are weird. So,
Yeah.
That's Mike Brown's system. No
doubt.
Let me get Shy, and I didn't want to skip over him right quick. I was going back to myself, but Shy Powell, man, give me some thoughts. He just was talking about in the game, my man.
I like to listen to, because sometimes you guys bring me back, keep me whole, because sometimes but listen to the great minds, it just makes you think, because we always could be on the same page, but we always don't have to be on the same paragraph. You know what I mean? So I appreciate when I sit back sometimes and listen to you guys, and to talk about the game tonight. I ain't even thinking about this game tonight. I'm already past this game. If the Knicks, in my opinion, Divine, you know how we talk in the back. Excuse me, fam. Excuse me, chat. I don't give a fuck. These motherfuckers are not losing to them tonight. I don't care. They better not lose them. I'm gonna join the bandwagon to trade in this one, and this one should have got traded at the trade deadline. And we need to stand. I'm gonna be right on that same boat, and I ain't like that really. You know what I mean? I already know that these niggas is gonna really get out here and play some basketball, but I don't give you that tonight. Tonight, I don't give. If you this is not even really. I mean, I'm not thinking anyway from this team, because these guys are going to play on the NBA court and they on the NBA team. But a lot of these guys are going to be G Leaguers and all this other stuff, and pick up play 10 dig. If we lose to these, man, come on, man. That's me. I'm trying to be monotone. But tonight, I'm expecting the halftime is 74-32. That's that what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that the starting unit ain't even playing the second half. Maybe come out for 3 minutes and then take it to that 35, 40 points that we have and dancing them down. But I ain't there tonight. Y'all know. I'm there tonight. They better get out there tonight and show up, run their strategy, run they patterns tonight on this team, because in my opinion, this team is an NBA team, but this should be like a scrimmage type of game where you run things that you trying to beat better teams with, in my opinion. Excuse me, I'm not taking anything away from you, Utah. Don't get me twisted tonight, but stats and number-wise, we should blow you off the mat.
Well, and listen, I'm gonna go. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna go back to some old school shit right now. If the New York Knicks lose to the Jazz, I'm gonna be like Stetsasonic. I'm talking all that jazz. I'm going off. I'm talking.
Damn, brought it back then.
I'm going back. A-track, man. Listen, but no, it's funny. I'm gonna tell you what's so crazy about this shit. I don't care about the losing, but the other night I sat up here and watched that whole game at 1 a.m. They lost.
Yeah, that's another thing. It was on at 10 o'clock at night, and we had to watch that. So unbelievable.
at 1 o'clock. I turned my TV up right behind me, my screen up at 1 o'clock. I woke up just like, man, I could have went to bed early if I knew y'all were gonna lose this shit and get up and do what I got to do. It was crazy though. I'm like, but I like they kept trying to get in there. They kept trying to get back in the game, and I always watching this. I know they can always get back in the game. That's why it's hard to turn off the TV when they play because I'm like, okay, yeah, I can get back in this game. Get it down to 10 with 5 minutes left, or if you don't get it down to 10 with 5 minutes left, get it down to 10 at 3 minutes left. That gives you enough time to win the game. But that night when they got down to like a minute, so it was about 10. I said, I'm going to bed. Fucking, I was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I got up the next morning struggling like a
oh man! No, look, I really think that Nick Nation hit a big point, man. The inconsistency of certain players have been very, detrimental to our team. Period. Like and it wasn't like that last year. I mean, it was at certain points, but it wasn't like it to this level. And I never do this stuff. I'm usually the one saying, nah, man, get them. I want to trade this guy. I've been wanting to trade this guy. Y'all had to talk me back into Mitch from years ago. You remember? I was like, all this stuff. Now, what I see is that they play these excellent games, and then it seems like they have amnesia. Right, like they play these excellent games, and then you have a game play. You have plays to run. You have all this stuff. I heard somebody saying the other day, "Well, they ain't got time to practice." Get the fuck out of here. They are NBA players who, on paper, are supposed to be at the top of the East, if not the whole league. Now, listen. We're 5th or 6th in the entire NBA. That is still a fantastic positional place to be. But we all know that we could be 1st or 2nd, not only in the East, but in the league. And we're not playing up to that potential on a day-to-day basis. It's a different squad. It's like Dr. Hecklin, whatever that guy's name is. What I'm saying? Yeah. Just like we're like two different teams on every different days, and I think that people blaming certain people, that's never going to accomplish anything. Like the four of us have a business together and we start blaming one person, unless that person is actually really doing something on a regular basis that is hurting us. Like, I don't believe that Mikhail, because Mikhail's been very inconsistent to me. And I don't think Mikhail goes out there every day going, today I'm going to be inconsistent. You know what I mean? Like today I'm going to play like shit again. No, I think that it's just that it's a lot of new faces. It's a brand new coach. I'm telling you, there's still a lot of kinks in the armor. And I do believe eventually soon you're going, if not this year, we're gonna have a good year this year. If we don't beat this team tonight, I'm gonna go bonkers. But even worse, this is only a regular season game. Get to the playoffs, be within the top 3, hopefully the top 2. Because let's keep it really fresh. Anybody expect Boston to be where they are right now? No. So we should have been head and shoulders above them. But Brown took it seriously, Jaylen Brown, and he went out there and he balled like nobody else this year, in my opinion. So we need to go out there and we need to stop acquiescing and changing for each other. Okay, well, Jaylen needs 10 assists tonight, and Towns need this much stuff. No, go play the same basketball that got us to 51 wins, and go. We should have had. We were saying 62 in the beginning of the year, 60, 58, all this other stuff. We should have had that. but we started changing and tweaking with things that were not broken.
Yeah, let me.
And that we have, so like for me, get back to the basketball that was winning basketball and stay there.
Yep, not to even. I'm piggyback off of you and a lot of other things.
Yeah.
We also got to remember too, ladies and gentlemen, this team has been injured. One of our guys played every other night, back to backs. I think the biggest loss right now is Deuce and Bride. I don't care what nobody can convince me not. Because I try to tell everybody Alvarado ain't no Deuce McBride. Landy Shaman, he good, but he's not Deuce McBride, ladies and gentlemen. You missing that dude who could have maybe helped play Austin Reeves the other night. You know what I mean? You missing that dude who's shooting 42% from downtown. He just a ball hawk. He like what Alvarado doing. He can't do it. Jalen. I mean, what Deuce McBride do? Deuce McBride is a pure 3-point shooter right now. But here's another thing I want to put. I agree with D. Ross. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, it's all about April to June anyway. I mean, it's all about April to June to me because, like, remember last year, who we was about to run out the building last year, Shop Powers? Mikal Bridges. Run him out the building. We were about to run that boy out the building, and then he got hired.
Yeah.
Listen, if the Knicks didn't believe in these players, this is my personal opinion, they wouldn't have given him the money. The only problem I think what is interesting to me is that we got 4 guys who need the basketball in that starting lineup. And I used to always say what I loved about the Knicks teams back in the day because you had, if it was Ewan and Allen Houston and Sprewell, the other dudes were defenders. Now you got Mikal need to get buckets. Anunoby it's only one basketball. That's why I like the Mitchell Robinson starting for the Knicks because there's only one basketball. That means if this cat got to go on and this cat got to go on, the other who got to stand around there and acquiesce to them because they hot. And I think sometimes basketball is a game of rhythm. You can't shoot 2 shots and you miss 2. I just think that starting lineup where all 4 of them do. Jalen Brunson's a ball dominant dude, Cat ball dominant, and Anunoby need the ball, Mikal need the ball. That's why it's kind of tough to me with this offense the way Peaks and Valleys Nick Nation. I just think it's a lot of guys who need basketball. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think that's what happened with. I think I talked about this a while ago. Remember we had got Kemba Walker, Evan Fournier, Julius Randle. Everybody needed the basketball. Yeah. I always like the teams who might have had 3 scores and 2 good defenders, or 2 good defenders with 3 scores, but everybody can't score the ball. That's just too much because nobody. I see why Mikal struggles. Number one, he don't go to the hole enough on a regular basis. But then he got to acquiesce to the Kyle Anthony. He got to acquiesce to Brunson. Then he got to acquiesce to my man
OG.
It's crazy, man.
Just to capitalize on what you were saying, I think that's one of the main issues. I think Mikal. It's not that Mikal doesn't have the talent. I just think that Mikal, and even though him and Brunson are good friends, I just think that now at the stage of their careers, I just think Mikal doesn't enjoy playing with him. I just, you know what I mean? I think they tight, they cool, they boys, but the way that their games have grown, I think it's just a struggle in that what's the name? And I just think that he more likes to see the ball, a lot more swing, quick movement. And when I think the dominance comes from Brunson, I think that doesn't work for Mikal. And I think that Mikal has, because I think that power that he had on the Nets, you know what I mean? I'll call it that because, becoming that point of a number 1 option and other things. Now to come back and then still sit around and then in a sense to be told that, hey, this new offense, that's not going to be like that. And for the most part, it has still been that way. So I don't think that I just think he doesn't enjoy playing with his boy like that. But I think, but I think they tight. I think, they'll have that Villanova love, that camaraderie. I just think that their games at this stage of their careers in life just seem like they go in different ways.
Let me just say something really quick. I agree and disagree with you. I agree that he went from a team where he was this player in Phoenix, right? And then he went to a team where he became the player, right? The ball dominant player. Then for a whole year, we watched him try to find where, they say get in where you fit in, right? He tried to get in where he fit in and try to figure that out. I actually don't believe that it's Brunson. I think it's Hart more. Because with him, they've always had a little something. Apparently Hart would like tease him and bully him a little bit during the Villanova practices and stuff like that. And listen, wherever they play, because, like Divine said, it would be Ewan, it would be Houston, it'd be a couple people, and then the rest of the guys knew what their role was. There's a bunch of guys on this team that don't know exactly what their role is. They should know their role. I'm going to go out there. Right, and they don't even need like a full-blown role. I think that they say, okay, on defense they do. But on offense, they should be able to roam around and then find each other and take the shot. And you see it within the thing. There'll be a day that Bridges has 10 3-pointers, a day that he has 2. He's got to be a little more consistent with taking over his own self as a man. Today, I'm going to take the ball. I'm going to hit that midi 10-footer. I'm going to continue to do that. And every time they do that, I bet you they get in the ball. Because when you're on fire, they don't stop giving you the rock. Yeah. So I agree that there is an issue there, but I don't believe it's with that, man. I believe it's
another issue that people might not realize. The issue is it might not even be them. I think Mikal Bridges had a better year under Tom Thibodeau last year.
Yep.
Right? He had a better year before his last net season. He had a better year last year. He went from 16 in his career to 18 a game. All the numbers went up. This year, I think that Mike Brown's system got that boy running to the corner like we used to always talk about Kevin Knox and all them. That system, that's why they shoot all them corner threes all the time. All they do is come down court, Mikal and Anunoby run to that damn corner. But see, Anunoby got the energy to break the mother down off the dribble and get in that lane, opposed to my man who don't do that. He shoot the midi. Or he run it down the court, fast break, midi, or 3-point shot. Where Anunoby could do all that and get in there and bully ball. It's just crazy to me, man. Listen, I'm not even saying that it's a bad thing because our offense is number 3 in the league. I'm not even going to sit up here and act like the damn sky is falling because it's not. Because we lost the game. Our offense is trending well. Our defense was trending well. We had 2 bad losses. So I don't want to make it seem like Mikal is not. I just think that I do think that with that lineup, Shaw Powell, the Nick Nation, and Jay Chosen, I just think that they got 4 guys on any given night. If they was on a team without the other 2 guys, they probably can get you 25 a night. Like, I believe that Mikal Bridges, if he wasn't in with Jalen Brunson, Big Cat, and Anunoby, I bet you if him and Cam, he would do what him and Cam Thomas was doing. You know what I mean? The 2 main time they getting, but when Jalen Brunson got the ball, that's your money man. Big Cat's your money man. So what you got to do? You got to sit and you got to stand in line. You got to wait your turn. You know what I mean? So it is kind of tough to shop out. I think it's hard. Don't get me wrong. I ain't making no excuse for Mikal because he didn't want to sign a $146 million deal. I don't give a fuck. Handle your business, nigga. You signed. If you felt there was a problem, you wouldn't even sign there. But money should walk. So I ain't even tripping on Mikal. Nigga, you took the money. So you can't complain about nothing.
Word.
You know what I mean? So and I don't think he's complaining. I like Mikal talking to these guys. He pointing things out when he's not doing something right. I just think that we're in the midst of a 2-game losing streak, and he, like Nick Nation said, our wings been kind of peaks and valleys because of them 2 our main dudes. They got to stand in line, wait your turn, wait the food line, man. That's all I can say for real. But listen, it's gonna be tough, man. But tonight I don't hear nothing. If they don't beat these boys 135 to 107 tonight, and that's my score, 135-107, and if the Warriors don't give me 20 tonight, I'm gonna be mad at Coach Bright Brown. They should blow these guys out, man. They are totally decimated. Shaw Powell, the Nick Nation, and Jay Chosen. They don't have none of these players down. New York Knicks should not only beat these guys, they should get. I started out there by the beginning of the 4th quarter, let them play the rest of the game. That's how I look at it tonight. They got to beat these guys tonight, man, for sure.
This what I mean. This what I mean by shellacking. I ain't even giving no stats. I ain't giving no breakdown. I don't care what the Knicks do. All I know is the Knicks. I don't even care. This my score. This shellacking. New York Knicks tonight, 147 to 84. 147 to 84. and I got Shohan. I got Shohan going for a triple-double. I'm gonna just say that. I'm just put it out there. I don't care what happened, but numbers better be like we beat Denver. That's the type of numbers I want to see. That's what I'm talking. That was the show.
Y'all better than me right now. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna keep it a buck. And I'm gonna say like this: I don't really even care about a blowout. I just need a win. I just need them to consistent. I just need them to consistently win now because this is still part of the This is still part of the 400 players in the league. Anything can happen on any given night.
That's a fact.
And I know what's in here. So to me, hey, I need the proof to be in the pudding. You know, I've been eating, a lot of, too early. So right now they got to come back and prove them things and say, yeah, please, you know what I mean? We still in the map and we still in this thing. I got confidence in y'all. Let me see if y'all got confidence in yourself. So let's see how it works out. But I just need to win and stay consistent, win, and learn from what the mistakes that they made here. So Brown to figure it out, please.
Y'all break my heart up here, man. No, fuckers out. They talking about just to win. Y'all breaking my heart up here. Y'all gonna
don't put a don't put a y'all. I ain't go yet.
And I've seen this movie. Sean, did we not see this movie earlier this year?
Yeah,
I saw this movie.
We have.
Check it out, though. Here's the reason why I say that, and I agree with everything y'all said. But ladies and gentlemen, no Laurie Marketing, no Jared Jackson Jr., no Walker, no Dusef Nurkic. You meant to tell me we got a team that's that good, our team, and they missing 5 starters? That means you miss a 5 starters, so your 5 bench players got to come in your starting lineup, and then your other 5 bench players are your G leaguers. And the Knicks don't beat these boys what tonight? I'm very upset. I ain't talking about no.
Listen, I went to the Dallas game, remember?
I know.
I came on the air live.
I got
what
you,
that
bro.
team didn't have a rookie.
I got you.
Just open. I was so sick. Are you kidding me?
I know you was, bro.
I seen this movie, so
All right, look, I hear you. Listen, I hear you, and I get it. Believe me, and I get it, Nick Nation. I get it. I've been to a game where the 2 stars didn't even get dressed for the game, so it ruined me. I will say this: we crushed a contending team, and then we walked into a building, right? Yeah, exactly, and walked into another building, and we were lackluster. And then we stayed in the same damn building, and we were lackluster. We need to go into this place. And don't forget, we also have a problem with Ainge and all that stuff. We got a problem with all them because they weren't doing business right with all that. We need to go in there and whoop their ass. We need to whoop their ass. I'm gonna go 133 to 99. 133 to 99.
We laughing. You see the chat? We laughing because my boy said 132 to 46.
I'm not disrespecting the Utah Jazz. I'm not. It's not about Utah to me. This is about our team.
Right. No, it's about us.
I know if that team was loaded, if that team was healthy, you know what I would pick that score tonight? Probably 117 to 110.
Yeah, that's a good score for that team being healthy. That's a good score. Yeah. I agree with that. I think that winning cures all, and kicking ass cures it even more.
I cannot see my man Ace Belly, Flip Fakowski, and Keon George beating Jalen Brunson, Big Cat, Anunoby, all these dudes.
It's gonna be the Zanzibar dude. What's his name? Zanzibar. Zanzibar. What's his name? It's gonna be one of these no-name dudes.
Zanzibar, yeah.
I know it's not Zanzibar
from the Zulu Nation.
Right. Get it out. I know it's Gaza, but whatever. I'm sorry. That's what I'm saying. That would be the dude. That Zanzibar dude gonna be up there. 17 points, 15 rebounds, 14 assists, 12 blocks. Zanzibar dude. That's the dude that's gonna do it to us. I'm out. I want to get my computer and go watch the game.
Hey, if he do that, I'm going to call somebody to bring this Zanzibar back, and I'm going club right now.
Exactly. Open the Zanzibar. That's right. You about to get out. I'm going in hard. Gotta get my house music on right there.
I didn't remember that name.
About to get my house music on right there. I'm ready. Zanzibar. The hotel.
House music all night long. House music all night long.
Right there. Right there is the hotel.
Name like Zanzibar, man. I ain't playing.
Oh my!
Everybody, I'm wilding, bro.
We are. These games got us crazy, man. Crazy, bro.
Come on, Johan. Get out there and get that quadruple double tonight, man.
Boy, I'm gonna tell you something. If they lose, I can't even say it because Nick Nation said he just want to win. So I can't even say if they lose to him. I'm feeling too dope. No, Nick Nation. Nick Nation, if they lose this game tonight, no more mixing. You shut down for the year. Shut down. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. I'm on all 82.
We come on here. You can put the yellow caution sign.
Yo, peace out, everybody. Enjoy the game.
Enjoy it, man.
Thank y'all.
Peace. Y'all have a great day, man. Thank y'all for the night, man.
Peace, y'all. Peace. Let's go, Knicks.
Hit that like.
Thumbs it up.
Run it up.
Come on.
Peace.
Not Zanzibar. Excuse me. I keep saying Zanzibar. My bad.
Yo.
Zanzibar.
You're right.
Peace. Let's go, Knicks.
See you on the other side. Peace.
Always. So, real talk.
Yes, sir.
You are now about to witness.
Knicks Real Talk just entered the chat. We ain't Google apps like Google Maps. We don't news on YouTube, frugal with stats as usual facts. It's your man, the brand, his hands on, going hard like calluses. Who style this? Aiming at your mental with the game analysis. On a pregame show, read the script, you know we get it like crypto. In the rip though, I cyber decrypted, we locked them from the get-go. On this Knicks show, it's the co-pilots in the cloud like Microsoft. We hot like salt, the KRT strip club leading up the tip off. We flew by confident, put your Nick content in beast mode like my charm. We a cheat code, we roll the ball too far for you to reach on. We got teach on the show that's fire. Prior to Knicks going to the wire, hit the entire game, somewhere in front of me, the numbers be. They don't lie, career popped up from the third eye, you heard why. It's the #1 pregame show that's hitting like Soto. But picture the photo of your bro to the link that moto. It's the OGs, we outside riding in the orange and blue skies. In Metropolitan, we connect in the vets go wallowing. And the matters with the massive without shaking asses. The team streaming on major platforms and fast and fans asking who the creed that's in the building killing this Nick shit assassin.
You are now about to witness.
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
Hey! You are now about to witness.
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
Hey! You are now about to witness.
It's the Knicks Real Talk pregame show. Flame throwing like we dropping buckets.
He's on fire!
Hey!
He's on fire!